Hi, my name's Steve Lodge and I just want to talk a bit about relationships now. Being a hypnotherapist, I have a lot of clients with relationship issues, perceived issues, and just a misunderstanding of how a relationship is supposed to be. A relationship is about partnership and support. It's not about ownership. Now, that's the main, most important thing to remember. We never own anybody. We're in a relationship as mutual growth, mutual support, mutual understanding, love, nurturing, but it has to be mutual. We can't have a feeder and enabler. Now, I don't like to give terminology to people, and it's not something I'm doing here. It's just a way to describe how a dysfunctional relationship will work. Now, we don't want to be in these. So the way it works is we meet someone, we accept them for who they are, the charm, even the little habits they may do are all charming at first because we accept them. We've got no mind-based concept of what we expect from them. So everything they do is cool because this is our true nature. Our true nature is accepting others and understanding others and no judgment. So we feel great. We accept everything. There's no expectations. We just enjoy their company. Further down the line, we get this trigger and we go, oh, actually, is this the one? Now, this is where relationships, most of the time, start to go wrong. We're sold the illusion of the perfect relationship. From birth, we'll have all the fairy stories where everyone gets married and it's happily ever after. You never see or get told how they make the relationships work. You just see the best bit. So we expect every relationship to be like this, just to be perfect. Now, relationships aren't like this. And what we do as well, I digressed a little bit there. What we do as well is we start putting what we believe this person should be behaving like onto them. So in our mind, we've already got a picture of our perfect family, our perfect partner, and how everyone's behaving in our perfect world. And this is what we aspire to achieve, this perfect world. Now, there's nothing wrong with aspiring to achieve what we perceive as perfection, but we have to understand perfection is unobtainable. Nothing is perfect, and that's the perfect part about it. But we have to accept that. So what we do is we end up putting these perceptions onto our newfound partner. So all of a sudden, the stuff that we found cute or charming, these little habits, are no longer that, because that's not how we saw it in our mind. That's not the picture, the visualization that we already have of this relationship. In your mind, you might see your partner bringing you flowers every day. Your partner's not doing that. Why isn't he doing that? In my mind, you're the perfect guy. I've accepted you to be the perfect guy, and you're not doing this stuff. There's something wrong with you. You're no longer good enough. You're wrong. And then we start judging the person. Now, this is just from what I've learned from many women's perspective, and it's not just about flowers. That's a bit of a generalization. It's many things that they're not doing because your mind isn't seeing that as your perfect relationship. And this is where relationships end up going wrong after 6 months. And it's the same with guys. They get the same. You should now be this. This is the person you should be. You're no longer accepting them for who they are because you've already got an idea of what to expect from them. Now, this isn't fair on them because all of a sudden they're no longer allowed to be who they are. They have to fill your expectations. And if they're not filling your expectations, you're judging them and telling them they're bad or they're wrong. And this isn't fair. And this isn't a healthy relationship. We have to keep accepting the person we're with for who they are, for the reason why we got with them in the first place. We have to drop these preconceived ideas, these preconceived conditioning of what we expect. Because when we expect, it's very rarely fulfilled in that aspect of a relationship, because these are people we're dealing with, humans, and we're all different and unique, and that's fantastic. You'll find it very, very hard to meet somebody who fills your perception, your idea in your mind of what they're supposed to be like. It just doesn't work that way. So we have to be more accepting. So when we're picking our partners, we have to look at them for who they are. And if that's good for us, then that's great. We stick with them. But if it doesn't work for us, then we need to walk away. Now, this is the other part. I know a lot of empaths who have split up. They're no longer in the relationships. When you're going through change, so not all relationships are for life. You know, we meet people on our journey. They come into our life, and sometimes it's for a long time, sometimes it's for a short time, sometimes it's just for a brief, sharp lesson, or a brief, sharp nudge back onto the path. You know, or we've had a question that's been bugging us. You know, why do I feel this way? So they've come into our life, triggered us, and they've shown us how to heal. It's like, oh, that's what I need to heal. So we understand that people come and go from our life. What happens is we'll also get a mind-based addiction to people. Now, we have the people who we're struggling to get through things in life, and we see we need a partner to make us whole. We don't need any partner like that. We need to heal ourselves and love ourselves before we allow someone in our life. No one's responsibility is to heal us. It's our responsibility to heal ourselves. And we can't get into a relationship and put that straight on somebody. Hey, you're here to heal me. You're here to make me whole. That's too much pressure. That's not fair on them. And that's not a good basis of a relationship. Now, this doesn't mean to say that you can't meet somebody and you help each other, or they do help you to heal. It just means you can't go into a relationship expecting that. If that happens and that's part of the relationship, that's fantastic. We don't put expectations or our stuff on other people. It's our responsibility to heal ourselves, so we feel whole before we get into a relationship. So bearing this in mind, people get with people and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, I feel whole. You've got this need, this satisfaction now that you're no longer alone. But the relationship's totally wrong for you. You know, this person you're just not suited. You start to resent them because they're not doing what you need in your life, and they resent you for not doing what they need. The relationship starts to become toxic. Now, this is no good. When it starts going toxic, we can't hold on to something so tight we kill it. If we need to hold on to something so tight we kill it, we have to let it go. Regardless of anything else, it's better to be alone and heal than be in a toxic relationship, holding on to it, and it's already gone. It's never going to get better. Once it's gone toxic, you're not going to make it good again. No matter how much you try, it's about accepting it. All you're going to do by holding on to it is make more deeper, longer lasting emotional scars. So we need to accept sometimes relationships just end. Take the beauty from it and realise that, you know, this has run its course. We can't live in this fear of loss, this ownership. You're mine and I can't lose you. No, that's mine. I don't want you, but I own you and no one else can have you. This is just leading to more suffering, and it's all mind-based. Love is about being together because you want to be together. Being together because that's what you choose, not because you have to. You know, it's a mutual feeling, a connection. If you find yourself having to work harder and harder each and every day, ask yourself, is this for you? Now, that doesn't mean we give up on our relationships and just walk away. That's not the answer. But what we do is we look at it without need. And we look at it objectively. You know, is this serving me? Is this serving them? You know, because it's not always about what's best for us in the relationship. But believe me, if they're not happy in a relationship, you're not going to be happy. It doesn't matter how much you try and keep them to stay with you, or how much you may feel guilty and you stay with them. It's just prolonging the suffering. A relationship has to be free. You can't strangle it. You know, I have so many clients coming in and they're just hanging on to it because they're scared of what may be without. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do without them. Maybe you're going to do something great. You know, maybe you're going to meet the perfect person that you're going to be happy with. It's about perspective now. You know, it's about how you look at your future. If you live in your future through fear and you're sticking around and holding on to things that have gone bad, things that have gone toxic through fear, then that's not the way forward. It's time to take courage and to look things with an open mind. Anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this, about relationships, because it's something that comes up a lot. And I see people getting into relationships a lot for the wrong reasons, you know. And when you get into a relationship for the wrong reasons, it's already designed to fail. We're getting into relationships just through attraction. There's no connection. We've got nothing in common. It's, oh, I fancy you. And all these dating sites and things like that are just promoting this mentality. We need to go back to the days of a relationship isn't just based on sex. You know, sex is part of a relationship, like holding hands, like kissing. It's not the basis of a relationship. You know, nowadays with all the promotion of films and everything like that, if you're not having sex for 2 hours every single day or more, then you've got a bad relationship. And this is just nonsense. Your relationship will always work if you've got love and you've got connection. Sex is just a part of that. Sex is just an expression of that. The most important thing is the love and the connection, the understanding, the friendship. That's a relationship. Sex is just something to express that, like holding hands, like cuddling, like kissing. But sex sells. So the industry has got hold of it and shoved it down our throats and brainwashed us so much that that's all we can see. That's all we can connect with a relationship. And this is why they fail. Anyway, I've gone on way too long. I hope you're all great out there. Love and light, keep shining. Thank you for watching.